baby, listen to the speaker. No matter what, just let it go.
Perswayable. What's going on, beautiful people? That's what you are. You are people, and you are beautiful. I love you all. Alright, so this is some more Survivor plays. Just getting ready for this global launch. I'm very, very excited for it. And I actually forget everything that's in this video, so we're going to both observe and watch. I've had so much video content, I can't remember what's in what, so we're going to see what's going on here. And he's using his frenzy, so I didn't want him to catch up to me, so that's actually why I ended up using that pallet. Just kind of stun him right there. He could have, what he should have done, so for those who don't know with Legion, when you have frenzy and you put somebody in that orange state, look at that, he kind of like glitched out there, that was weird. He can hit you, you get that orange indicator, and he can also hop over a pallet. So I think I stunned him. So I think that, so right there, I'm not going to use the pallet. I probably should have used the pallet right there, but this is a really strong area, and you don't want to use all of the pallets too fast. But as you guys can see, we're at one generator here. I'm still going to go down. Even if he hits me, it doesn't matter. He's in frenzy mode. He can't put me down in frenzy mode. And we're going to keep using this to our advantage. He's a little desperate. Like I said, he's at one generator here. I think his frenzy mode is over. And I got to be careful here. Yep. See, if I was him, I would have ran around and tried to mind game me. And that's something that killers do sometimes when they run in a linear fashion. That's what I call a linear fashion. You run directly at me. It's a lot easier to kite you. If I were him, I probably would have ran to the side, actually to the left of where I'm at right now. I mean to the right. No, to the left. And this is me just showing a little bit of that kiting ability. You'll learn these routes, guys. You know, a lot of people who are going to be playing Dead by Daylight Mobile for the first time, you're going to be a little frustrated with it. You're not going to feel like you can kite well. Killers are going to destroy you. But you'll get it down. You'll understand the routes. You'll understand what you have to do. And this is a Billy. So for those who play PC version, you're seeing that red indicator that gets activated. And this is also showing you how to kite a little bit. He just bumped into an object. So with Hillbilly, when he bumps into an object, depending on which add-ons he has, it can also decrease or increase his recovery speed. But that's my perfect time to transition. I do feel like survivors, one of the biggest issues with their kiting or looping is that they don't really know when to transition. You don't only want to stay in the same spot. I mean, it's good to loop a few times, but transitioning and timing that transitioning is just as important as your ability to loop and not throwing the pallets down. Again, with that Hillbilly, you're seeing that red indicator again. And I'm using this volume to my advantage. Unfortunately, we don't have that volume really readily available in this video right now, to my knowledge. So if you're wondering why I'm not looking around or if I'm doing certain things, I'm using the auditory sounds to really help me judge what I need to do and when I need to do it. And again, this is something that a lot of the Dead by Daylight Mobile players really have to learn. Now, a lot of the PC players and console players will already know this. But it is hitting the mobile market, and I think people are going to really underestimate how many new players are going to be playing this game. Not everybody can afford a console or a computer, so we'll see how this works out. Well, more so a computer. More people will have this on console. And you're seeing me really being able to just keep looping, using these pallets to my advantage. And again, like I know there's a pallet to the left over here. Oh, wait, nope, there is no pallet. That's the random. Oh, yeah, look at that. Sometimes the maps, so that pallet's either been used or the map generator screwed me right there. But he's really tunneling me, and this is something that you need to watch out for, because if you're going to keep tunneling me, then I'm just going to keep kiting you. And as we continue doing that, and as I continue being able to loop, we're going to be able to get these gens down. Unfortunately, the team's struggling a little bit, and that does happen sometimes, and it's going to happen a lot when you first start the game. Here I'm using Dead Hard up there, trying to use this Dead Hard to my advantage. I'm not really sure how much of a fan I am of Dead Hard. Dead Hard is a perk where you click it when a killer is about to hit you and you propel forward and you're immune to the attack. You have to time it just right. If you hit it and then he hits you after that, after you're done with your initial burst, then... Oh, I know what I'm doing here. Alright, so this is showing teamwork here. So the generators are already done. 2 people are on the hook. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to rescue these 2 here And I want my two teammates to try to get out. I know that I'm a pretty good kiter in this game, a pretty good looper. You know, I still have my games where I get my ass kicked. So watch it. So I'm going to kite so my other teammates can get out. So Myers, he was trying to mind game me there. He's waiting for me to really hop over that bus, and I'm waiting for him to commit towards me. So I'm waiting for him, and that's something that you have to learn when you're kiting. Be patient. Don't just run forward and start. If I would have ran forward, I would have died right there. So here we go. I don't have a pallet here. There's usually a pallet there. And so I have to time this dead hard just right. And he did swing. I'm going to throw this pallet down. I know some people will say, okay, well, why did you throw that shack pallet down? Well, I threw that shack pallet down because I understood that the game's pretty much over, right? We're not at 5 generators. I can throw that pallet down. He probably should have circled around to force me to climb the pallet the other way. But that's okay. What he ended up doing is allowing me to get to the door. I got a little lucky there, and all 3 of us will escape. Shows you the importance of teamwork, patience, and your ability to kite as well. And I think that killer didn't do that bad of a job. He really tried to mind game me there. Now, this is a really great clip. I love this clip. And we're at the end of the game, and we are waiting for our third person, right? This is not Survivor with friends. I have no communication with this other person whatsoever. So this other person is a remarkable champion because our teammate goes down, right? The exit gate's open, and we're like, you know what? Screw it. Let's just go in for the rescue. Who cares? You guys ever have those matches where you just kind of really don't care? Especially when you get to rank 2, rank 1, and you're like, fuck it. I'm already at this rank. I don't care. So now what I have to do is I have to go in for this rescue. I do have borrowed time, so that could work to our advantage. But what I'm amazed at is my random teammate. My random teammate, I don't know. I've never played with them. Can't speak with them. And this person is just, it's almost like me and this other person just understands everything that's about to happen. So I'm being a little patient here. Unfortunately, this killer is going to camp, and I can understand why. It's the end of the game. If he can secure a second kill, then it's a tie for him. So what we're going to do here is we're going to try to get a nice little juke. There we go. Another juke. There we go. A lot of that movement. All right. So now I have my dead hard if he comes after me, and then if he goes after somebody else, we got the borrowed time. So we're both going to come here. I'm actually going to use my dead hard now to get a little bit of a boost. I know that the killer is significantly behind me. And my random teammate ends up absorbing that hit for me, which was really nice because I didn't have to worry about timing my dead hard. And so I'm like, all right, where's the other person that we just rescued, right? I want to know what happened. So I go into spectator mode to see exactly what happens. And this is the crazy... So guys, when that meter runs out, you die right away. You die immediately. This person has to get out of this game. Look at this. Is she gonna make it? Is she gonna make it? She made it. She ended up making it. That is crazy. That was crazy. All right, so we have... So this spirit does a good job with this first hit. Maybe I don't do a good job. I run right back into her like an idiot. I thought that she was going to be able to really stay on my tail, and I lost her a little bit. And then when I go and do a 360, I run right back into her. So that's going to happen, right? Kiting is never perfect. You don't care about... So I'm going to make a video on this. But the biggest thing is that with kiting, you don't have to have what we call normal kiting or normal looping. It just needs to be what we call in the medical field functional, right? It doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be manageable, right? If I have a patient who's 80 years old and her shoulder, she can't reach all the way up to do the YMCA, but she can reach enough where she could get a can of soup from the cupboard. Technically, she has a little bit of loss of range of motion, but it's functional. And she's 80, so we're fine. We don't got to try to make that normal, okay? That's the same thing with looping. It doesn't need to be perfect. You don't need to be perfect. And that's where I feel like sometimes the Dead by Daylight community can be a little toxic because you show some kiting and you're showing some moves where you make a little bit of hiccups and it'll be like, oh, you shouldn't have done that. But then you do a 360 juke and you recover and you don't get hit. So with your kiting ability, do the best that you can. Just try to make it as functional as you can and see how I'm really trying to preserve that palette. And so I'm mind gaming her right now. I used my dead hard and now I'm going to throw this down. I used that dead hard to my advantage, and we're going to continue kiting here. These killers are not doing too bad, but there's not much you can do around shack. That is how you should be expected to kite around shack. So when you look at this kiting or this looping that you see me doing, this is what should be expected around this area of the map. All right. And that's important for me to mention, because when I see the kiting videos and stuff, when you're kiting and killing a hunter or a killer, you're destroying them by shack, that's kind of expected. Shack is a pain in the ass. It's a very strong area for you as a survivor. And there are going to be mind games that you have to play on that character. So I think I got a little bit lucky with this spirit trying to use the phase walk at various times. Anyways, yeah. So that's my video. I'm going to keep it simple. Just another episode of Destroying Killers. I hope you guys do appreciate it. And thank you, everybody, for being so kind to me. It's very exciting for Dead by Daylight Mobile coming out. I've worked very hard on my channel to get all the guides and videos out. And thank you for supporting me. I do appreciate it. And I hope sometime soon I get to play with you all. You guys have a good day now. Bye-bye.